when you go to Canadian hospital, well, this maneuver's gonna cost us nothing. Person walked into me by accident, they said sorry before I could. Biggest riot in Canadian history. When people in Canada sect, hello, would you like pee pics? No thank you. Okay, sorry for offering. Thanks for asking first, no problem. Americans who have free toilets, Europeans who have free healthcare, Canadians who have both. USA, if mosquitoes up in Canada are so bad, why don't you just buy bug spray? Meanwhile, mosquitoes in Canada. Canada looks really broken. We are slowly trying to distance ourselves from the US piece by piece. Drinking age is 16. 16. Ours is 18. 18. We have to be 21. You guys have a drinking age. What foreigners are scared of in Canada? What Canadians are scared of in Canada? That feeling when you're Canadian and you can travel anywhere and people like you. Canada normally, Canada in war, Canada when a global pandemic threatens the hockey season. No one knew what these lollipops were called. Me at 5:45 am, Tim Hortons drive-thru. Sorry I was late for work, the traffic was horrible, the traffic. American, you Canadians are very polite and boring, what you guys do for fun? Me, we watch your election. When the plow frigs up the job ya had done on the driveway, shake harder boy. When your windows aren't defrosted, but you go for it anyways. Dog owners watching the snow rapidly disappear from their yard over the past 48 hours. I hope you cold-loving weirdos are happy. There are two types of people. I shouldn't drive in the snow. Wee. When a snowplow driver sees me finishing up my driveway. Picture this, it's the dead middle of summer, your mom gets home with these for you and your friends. What do you call these? The taking a sick day from school in the 1990s starter pack. Newly renovated 1-bedroom apartment for rent $2,500 per month, utilities not including. Everyone after a snowstorm, how are the roads? Every Canadian has had a bagel from Timmy's that was so disappointing that you didn't go back for several months. Watching your paper straw dissolve as Trudeau travels 26,238 kilometers by plane in July. Canadians. Americans are so fat, they eat so many burgers, especially fries. Chef puts gravy and cheese curds on fries. Canadians. When everyone is complaining about the cold, pathetic. First snowflake drops, traffic. Every 80s kid know the agony of getting branded by one of these seatbelts on a hot summer day. Every single time I open one of these things. Justin Trudeau after realizing he forgot to get eggs at the grocery store. Welcome to Canada. Winter starts at 6 am, spring is at 10, summer hits at 2 pm, and fall should show up around 4:30ish. Dress accordingly. Fuel prices are so high that I went to the car dealership and test drove 3 cars to run my errands. Follow me for more money saving tips. Gas prices hitting everyone. I'm going to go outside and enjoy the nice breeze, the breeze. When people come to elders for wisdom and tea, that's what I do. I drink tea and I know things. When you realize election day means you can take a 3-hour lunch break. I have winter tires and heated seats. Canadians flirting. Canadians during Winter Olympics, during Summer Olympics. Meanwhile in Canada, it's too cold to change the sign. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, and a Canadian who owns Tim Hortons. Canadian riot, this is the last straw, I'm a little upset. When you've had enough of the snow. As a Canadian I sometimes think the stereotypes are too much. Today my teacher walked around in class giving frozen maple syrup on a stick to everyone in class. In other countries, they have an elf on a shelf. In Canada we have Canada in real life. Canada according to Americans. US in US history books, Russia in Russian history books, Canada in Canadian history books. Canadian graffiti at its finest. Call me racist if you want, but south of the border is a sea full of violence, stupidity, and corruption I wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. Thank God I live in Canada. Americans in November, happy Thanksgiving. Meanwhile in Canada, again. What foreigners are scared of in Canada, what Canadians are scared of in Canada. Canadians when it's 3 degrees Celsius, Australians when it's 30 degrees Celsius, Americans not knowing what C is. Why does Calgary always look like a before picture? Has anyone seen Canada? Hold on, I got this. Ahem. Oh, the year 1778. How I wish I was in Sherbrooke now. Canadian women are on another level. Canadian satisfaction is kicking these off. When a Canadian asks me if Colombia only exports cocaine, I answer, not only Colombia is also a global supplier of coal just like Canada. Most Canadian way to hang a flag. In Canada we play a game called Am I on the Road? How many kid went into the wash before this warning was needed? Meanwhile in Canada. You know you're in Canada when hockey games end up like this. I plugged in the car for you baby, romance in Canada. Other maple syrup, Canadian maple syrup. USA, schools closed, Canada, are such a lovely day. Improvise, adapt, overcome, Canada edition. Me as a Canadian on US election day, are we praying? People in the Northeast dealing with unhealthy air pollution, blame Canada. Just need Americans to know this is what Canadian political cartoons look like these days. Americans, oh sorry I can't drink I'm 19, Canadians. Move to Canada they said, it's better they said. Didn't know Taylor Swift was Canadian. Canadian security, please do not be offended, for security reasons, the residents in this building will not hold the door open for you, you must be bussed in. Black Friday in US be like, Black Friday in Canada be like. How babies are born in Canada. Canadian problems. Meanwhile in Canada. Canadians, what if, it's not even that cold out, Canada. Most people in winter, Canadians in winter. It's spring, nope. When you need to get your mail in Canada. Canadian vandalism is getting out of hand. The look hockey fans make once the season is over and they try to find something else to watch. Stealing a bike in Canada. What it's like getting drunk in Canada. I just learned that Canadians actually buy their peanut butter like this, and I'm so angry.